So there is no minimum wage for kids under 16. That's true.
But first, does Saturday jobs screw you up, or is part-time work good for our teenagers? They get a little bit of cash in their pocket, experience life in an adult environment, and I suppose you could say they gain some independence too. But then, you've got your whole life ahead of you to be a wage slave. Why not get your kids to spend Saturdays studying so they don't have to end up working some grotty dead-end job for the rest of their lives, let alone at the weekends? I had to smash up cardboard boxes on Saturdays in the basement of Woolworths, and I got, I think it was just under £15 a day, and if I'm honest, I hated every single second of it. The only thing I got from it was an intense desire not to work with cardboard. Kids today will earn, as we've heard, just under £3.40 an hour. That's 16 to 18, thanks to the minimum wage. It's not much money, is it? Yet 1 in 10 truants, right, is bunking off school to work part-time. So not exactly grief-free processes for businesses either, because the government, it's been revealed today, now wants every firm and employee that works with kids to be subjected to a criminal records check to weed out the pervs, of course. That's going to cost hundreds of millions to implement. It would be easier for businesses to hire a couple of illegal immigrants instead, wouldn't it? So, are Saturday jobs good for kids? Do you have one, Lucy?
A Saturday job? I did have a Saturday job, yes. I was acting as a child, so I wasn't really around much, but I did have a volunteer job.
That you wanted to do, or that your parents kind of...
No, I just did it. My friends all had Saturday jobs, and I did it. I wanted to be part of a workforce and do something independent of
And you said you did voluntary work?
Yes. I worked in old people's home.
I think that's fantastic.
And I was fascinated with them, and they were really interesting. They were really interesting. The stories. I think as a teenager, it was good to spend time with older people who'd had a life and could tell you stories.
To be honest, I think that's a brilliant thing to do. It's certainly a lot more fun than smashing up. Well, a lot more worthwhile than smashing up cardboard boxes.
It was better than smashing up cardboard boxes, exactly. But I think it's a good thing to do, and I think if children or teenagers are going to work and study, they'll work and study regardless of having a Saturday job. And I had a great talent for staring out the window for hours on end if I was supposed to be doing my homework. So just because you put a child in a room in front of their homework, it doesn't mean that they're going to do it.
Well said. What about you, Dave? You're a Saturday worker?
I did have a Saturday job. I stacked shelves in a supermarket. As a kid.
Didn't you work in a video shop?
I did also. That was when I was a student. I worked in a video shop for a summer.
It was an unusual video shop.
It sold illegal pornography under the counter. Yeah.
Well, there's a good Saturday job.
Yeah. Which later on, the man who had owned the shop, it was eventually busted, and a couple of years after I'd left it, and my mum sent me a fax, oddly. With the local paper had put it in the... he was a vice captain of the golf club, so the headline was "Vice Captain in Vice Shame," and my mum faxed it to me with "So that's what you were doing that summer," written on top of it. I was young, I needed the money.
Do you think they're good things, Saturday jobs?
I do. When I worked in the supermarket, my mum basically sort of said, "Oh, if you want to do that, that's fine." I wasn't given a great deal of pocket money. This was a way of raising a bit of money. I mean, I could go out with my mates on the weekend. But her point of view was, you can do it as long as you think it's not going to damage your schoolwork. Okay. And that was a kind of priority in my house.
What about your boys, Anne?
I'm too soft on them. I don't kick them out. I think Saturday jobs would be good.
You think they should do?
I think they should, yeah. But my top two didn't because they had Saturday school.
Right.
But the next two, if they're watching now, I'm actually thinking of it very seriously for you. Kicking you out, actually getting you out of bed on a Saturday morning, kicking you out into the big commercial world out there.
Whatever,
I think it's good, yeah, whatever. Not bothered.
Can't make me.
But, I mean, I did a Saturday job. I did a lot of babysitting, which was a great job for a girl. And then I did washing up at Malvern Girls College on Tuesday and Thursday evenings. And it does teach you a bit about the real world out there, and I think it's good.
OK, OK. I'm still not entirely sure. I suppose it does come down to what kind of background from how much money's around.
My sister did a Saturday job at Marks and Spencer's, and she was, and they do this. She was sucked into their management training scheme and stayed with them for her career.
Can I just say, if you've decided you want to no longer work with cardboard, you want to have a word with your set designer.
Watch it. Watch it, trouble. Let's throw it over to you. Saturday jobs, are they good for kids, Corinne?
Let's go to Adele first, then from Staffordshire on line 1.
Morning, Adele.
Morning.
What do you think? Are they good for kids?
They are. My daughter got a job herself. I never asked her to. And she does two paper rounds, and she works in a local shop. She doesn't get paid very much, but she's very respectful of money. She came home and told me a lot of children in the school smoke, but she won't spend money on cigarettes because she's earning it herself. She does get money from us. She gets what she wants. She only buys gifts and takes us out to the pictures and things. But it's done a
How old is she? How old is she?
She was 13 when she started doing that. She's nearly 14 now.
14 years old, doing what, 2 paper rounds a day or a week?
Well, every day she does 2 paper rounds.
I'm not being funny. Are you not slightly concerned, Adele, that that might be interfering with her schoolwork?
No, because she is actually in the gifted and talented clubs at school, and she does a lot of... she's very high up, doing very well at school.
Was she Mary in the school nativity play?
No, definitely not.
Was she?
She is an absolutely wonderful person, and I have the utmost respect for her.
How did you get a daughter like that, Adele? There's everyone in the audience is thinking, how did you do it?
Very well blessed. I have no idea where that comes from. She doesn't get it from me.
Did you do a Saturday job?
No, I didn't. I'm very hard-working, actually, myself. I've always been very hard-working.
Apart from on Saturdays?
No, I do work.
Forgive me, just teasing. Adele, thank you very much for the call.
My mate Nick Owen, I used to present Good Morning with Anne and Nick with. His son had a paper round, and one week his son was ill, and Nick went and did the paper round before coming in to work to do the programme. He came in one morning, he was really tired. I said, what have you been doing? So I've been up doing the paper round. Nobody knew in Birmingham that the papers were being delivered by Nick Owen on a bike.
Imagine that.
I think that's very dedicated.
Good Morning Britain, and they actually come to the door.
Great tale, thanks for that one. OK, I said it was a quick one. We want to move on to food additives after the break. We're asking if the number's up for them.